Oh, the bonk's very simple. So it's it's got nothing to. It's probably got nothing to do with nutrition. It's the quitting action. So one of you recognize we spoke about the central governor and we developed
Yeah.
the central governor theory. Well, one of my most brilliant students who finished up a few years ago, Andreas Venhorst, and I must repeat that name, Andreas Venhorst, because if you go and Google his name and put PhD behind it, you'll get his whole PhD.
Hmm.
And it was just absolutely amazing. He's a really good triathlete, and he's a medical doctor, but he's a scientist more than anything. He's a questioner, and he was competing at a high level in triathlons, in Ironman triathlons. And he told me, I'd come to the race start, and I'd look at who was racing, and I'd say, well, I can't beat him. I can't beat him. I can't beat him. I can't beat him. I'm going to finish sixth, you see. And he said he would always finish sixth, or whatever he said, that would be the outcome.
Hmm.
And then in one international triathlon in Europe, he said, "Oh, well, I'm going to come sixth." So he was lying in sixth position with about 20 k's to go on the run, and all of a sudden the fifth guy dropped out, so he was now lying fifth. And then the fourth guy dropped out. Then he passed the third guy. Then he passed the second guy, and suddenly he was in the lead with 10 k's to go. He said it was the easiest race I ever had in my life. And he said I sprinted the last 10 k's, and then I realized this has got nothing to do with fatigue. It's something to do something more. And so he set up some experiments for his PhD, which were really astonishing. And he showed that during exercise, three things happen. Firstly, you get feedback from your body, and that gives you a sense of how hard you're exercising. And then there's an emotional response to that. You're either positive or negative
Hmm.
or indifferent. But as long as you're positive, you're fine. The moment you get negative, you're in trouble. And what he showed in the laboratory was the moment you become negative, your physiology changes. And then what happens, you get this desire to quit. And that's the bonk. The bonk is that it's not worth the effort. I'm feeling terrible. I've still got 10 Ks to run, and it's going to get just more painful. And you make a decision. What how worth is it? And that's what you see in sport, that the guy who comes second makes a decision it's not worth trying anymore because it's too hard and I'm happy to come second, whereas the winner doesn't ever think that he's going to win. And do you honestly think that the one is more tired than the other? No, that's nonsense. It's the fatigue is just an emotion that you make up yourself, and often we make it up to justify why we quit. So the bonk is a justification to quit. That's what it is. I'll agree that there may well be sometimes your blood glucose falls, but it won't fall if you're taking sugar. So if you're taking sugar and you get a bonk, it wasn't the bonk that stopped you. It was the quitting desire to quit because the effort was no longer worth the long term. The effort was no longer worth it.